About 7 a.m. Look what they've been doing all night. The evidence is still there. It'll be hazy all day long instead of pretty blue skies. Puke. Hey everybody, it's KC Jilly. Things finally kind of panning out weather-wise, although we do have storms this morning. I'll show you some videos here in a minute of some of the stuff that's happened around us, and you can see in the skies clearly what's causing it. But thought I'd show you. I've been cleaning up and trying to get my garden areas ready, and that's how I have to haul my mulch, 5-gallon bucket at a time. The good thing is it's free. Check this out. So I have a little bit left to work with here. I've been robbing it pretty good and hard, but chip drop is not really available in my area. However, there were some guys cleaning some power lines, and the judge needed a place for this stuff to go and asked me if I had a place for it, and I told him I sure do. So let me show you what's going on with the weather, and then I'll show you what's up with the gardens. All right guys, I'm back at home now, and I thought I'd show you the house. This is just kind of end of the month update. I've started the cleanup. Now I just need to mow and weed eat and gather up all my tools. But besides a few little things from the little turkey that runs around here and makes the mess, it's not too bad. So I'll show you what we got going. So here's that little section I built for Mama. Her house plants are liking it. They got shade and they got misters. Goes off every so often. But I got all her house plants in here, got it mulched and kind of separated. And right here is my grapevine. I haven't seen any life out of it. I'm hoping it's still good. Just looking right there, I believe I'm gonna be just fine. I don't know if you guys can see that, but looks like there's hope. So from there, that thing will take off and crawl over into here, and I'll let it run down this if it needs to, whatever. All right. Now, this was the resting garden, and it used to go all the way to here. And that has made it really hard for me to mow in between there. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna take it back to my old sycamore tree. I know that ain't much to look at. I don't know if you remember this guy. That is my spirea that I air layered. We call it the popcorn tree. Another one of Mama's houseplants out here. But the resting garden. So I laid the good stuff down, planted peppers all down through here to start with, and right there, and right here in the middle. I got to bring a bunch more of this dadgum wood chips, but it's a little at a time. Like I say, 5 gallons at a time. Got a Roma tomato here, and I've planted 2 here, and something's eating it off. So that's the story of my life. I planted my habanero over here too, my old one. Looks like it's coming back, and my fig tree's just kind of hiding out. Not fig tree, my olive tree, I'm sorry. And here's a couple of other Romas. I got a little 5-pack at the store. I say 5-pack, 6-pack for $5. Something's eating that one up too. So, you know, for that price, store-bought, I'm just making the best of it. And you can't really tell, but here, every so often, these little holes is for green beans. But they're kind of slow coming up, but you can see. They're trying. We'll see. I think my problem is that guy right there. I don't know if you can see that old roly-poly. I think that's what's eating these young, tender plants, because I had another Roma there that's gone now. You can see I got them along the fence. And I'm just going to kind of go up these poles with them if they come on up. What makes it, I replace what doesn't. But right now, this is kind of the resting garden. And let's see, it's so small and hard to see in this stuff. Let me see. Right there in the center of the screen. I'll have to circle it for y'all when I'm editing, but There's a little bit of deal. It looks kind of rough, so I think it's gonna be okay, but stuff's going through shock. Anywho, the resting garden isn't resting anymore. Isn't Mama's Jane Magnolia pretty? Look at that dadgum thing. Flowers all over. They can get big too, from what I understand. That's what it is. And I'll eventually, after it's grown out some, right now it's young and I'm kind of letting it do its thing and establish good, but what I'll do is I'll come in there and I'll cut all of them but one, maybe two. And we'll grow trees out of that. If you want to do bush, it'll do a bush too, but even though it's very pretty, I think it'd make a nice tree. And that's kind of where I'm at. So that's my plans on that. All right, so I've got my yard's kind of squaring off. My peach trees are getting some green on them. And my comfrey's all come back. As far as peaches, I don't know. We'll see. I had a few flowers, but it froze and got hot, and it froze and got hot. So Mama planted some ferns over here and a couple of other little plants. I can't tell you what it all is, but the strawberries seem to like it here. They did well through the winter and actually look bigger and better now. So, and that guy right there, and there's another one over there. There's supposed to be a real pretty plant, a real pretty flower, but it needs just shade where it wants to grow, and I haven't seen anything out of it yet. And you can see, look at all this crap I got to deal with. I need to get out in my alley and see what I can do to stop this before it gets any worse. But all these guys are starting to come back. Like I say, rose bushes are sticking out and standing out right now. They need fertilized and they'll start pumping out some roses and look pretty, but that's kind of the shape I'm in right now. And this grapevine, it looks dead. I bet it's dead, but it may not be. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on it. That little wiry looking thing right there. It probably needs relocated, to be honest with you. All right, now, got this section here. And up here, this tree, this is a redbud tree. In fact, I can show you the leaves on it because there's a few trying to start up there, right there. It shades it real pretty, but you see all those blossoms. Some people use them and make jelly and all kind of stuff, but you know what it does? It draws bees like crazy. We come out here in the evenings and golly, it's pretty cool. It sounds like something buzzing. You look up and there's just millions. Okay, and we've picked off of these once. I don't know how much longer I can let them go before it gets bad, but I need to do some trimming on these guys. Look at these dirty dogs. These are probably eating half my young stuff too. I hate them. I've taught Asen, my grandson, what I like to do is take this little guy right here, and if you look at that wall right there, what I like to do is take these guys right here and just go and just bust them on that wall, and then their shells turn into juicy calcium and it goes down into that little planter box. Anyhow, back to gardening. So I got a couple of very young eggplants here. I can't believe the critters haven't already ate them up yet. So if they make it through being that small, I'll be happy. I needed to get some of this stuff in the ground just because it was suffering. I really had a hard time this year getting stuff to go. That's a pumpkin. We'll see how it does. Look kind of shady now, but it get hot and sunny in a little while. And then here are two yellow squash. My zucchini, it won't pop up yet for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. All right, my onions that I've gotten here, they're doing okay. They're starting to kind of come alive now. And looks like something ate the curled chervil, whatever that was. And that is cilantro starting out. You can see the chives behind it there. There's some more cilantro, little patch. We'll see how it goes. There's a fresh patch of chives in there with these old ones. And I've got some strawberries back there. And there's a little bit more dill. There's my weirdo carrot doing its thing. And there is some parsley. And of course more onions. And I've got more parsley right here. And this here is a spaghetti squash. And I've never grown it, but I saw enough videos to see that that dude can really vine and get carried away. So I put it on the fence line so it can grow up. I can carry it up and down the fence if I need to, but that's kind of where this little garden's at this moment. Trim up them Brussels sprouts, may have some of them ready. Now, see, these dadgum critters right now are really enjoying this springing. I just don't want to step on one of them. All right, now, these guys all look pretty good. I dug up the spinach here. I probably killed it. It's definitely shocked, but and moved it into the greenhouse. I'm not sure what all I'm gonna do in there yet, but I've got all these onions and they're doing pretty darn good. And there's some carrots, like I said, they're not gonna do anything in that little bucket, but what it might do is give me some seeds. And I redid this little section all along my house. Nothing ever grows good there anyway, but I do have a drip edge, and right here my little gutter drains right here. I have a spot actually where my clean out is, and I've got it set up to take all the water because the slope of my yard is kind of this way, and when we get a really big rain it comes up on the side of the house. So I've done some work over the years and made a little trench over to here and fix this cleanup out where it can catch any overflow that I can't deal with until I can get some kind of water keeping system. In the meantime though, I got this kind of set up like so, and I'm going to do it just like that side and let Mama plant some stuff in there. And I'll come off of that watering system here. You can see this little line going up that goes to all these misters. Okay, where it comes back down, it initially starts right there on that leg. You can see the little valve. And I will branch off underneath that guy where it's still a 1/2 inch line down there and just come around and feed this. And the other side I'll get from the other side. But I'll get some water over here and Mama can plant something and it won't look so dang ugly. And in this part, I'm probably gonna move this. This guy's just here for temporary, but you see my doggy door, and my poor little tiny skinny starving dog should be jogging through the garden if I leave this set up as it is right now. So probably I'm gonna cut it off about like so. That way she's still got her path. I just leave this old black stuff's good. It's better than her dragging dirt in the house. And Mom will have all this room to plant stuff, see? We're gonna pretty it up too. All right. And I haven't put anything in that area yet because I don't know what I wanna do. Now, we cleaned this up. I told her I wanted some pretty, so we went shopping for flowers. And she picked out these guys, and I think they're really pretty. And we're going to get some more. I like that. But that's going to be my little new welcome for the bugs to get into my greenhouse eventually. This section, this dirt sucks. I cleaned up all that mess because dadgum, it was messy. And for right now, I just threw down a bunch of vermiculite, and I got some stuff coming. And I'll put some more, but I kind of actually like this vermiculite on top for reflective reasons. It brightens it up in here, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. There's another one of Mama's little plants, and I don't know what it is, but it's a lot prettier than the crap that I grow around here. But mine tastes better. You see the asparagus doing good over there. Got him taken care of. And I'm starting here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come off of this line right here, bring it out in about the middle, or maybe go 2 lines and finish this section out and put that old black stuff down here. This fence right here, this little section between this shed and my neighbor's fence has had it. I mean, I could walk right through it right now if I wanted to. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to put there right now. I don't know if I'm gonna go pickets again or chain link or what, we'll see. But whatever I do, I'm gonna try to make it where the dadgum thing opens so I have access to come in here or out of here easy instead of throwing stuff over the top of a fence. So that's kind of a future plan and thought for that area. Anywho, asparagus doing great, doing great. Got this area cleaned up, thank God, finally. All right, same thing out here. If you'll remember, I used to have an arch right here, and what I did, I just moved it out there in the middle, and I just stuck cucumber seeds in there yesterday so that I could, along the edges on both sides of that little arch. So maybe when they come up, they'll crawl up that baby. You can see my fig tree is coming back. It was coming back already and got hit by the weather, which is the games we play down here. You know, 2 weeks ago, I was freezing to death, and it's gonna be 95 degrees today. But I got some suckers I need to deal with. I may just snip them babies off and stick them right in dirt and get some new ones going. But my peach tree's finally coming back to life. I don't see any blossoms, but I'm actually glad it kind of waited until now, because the truth is, the way the weather's been yo-yoing and stuff, might have been a bad deal if it had came out any earlier. So, and this little guy's coming to life too. That tickles me. I have high hopes for this guy this time. And this may be dead. What I'm finding with most of mine, with that one being the exception, that one's been a little bit older and established and a little deeper grounded. This one's a little fresher. And just like out there at the secret garden, that one that I had it all pruned out pretty, kind of like a little hand, like a little menorah or something out there. They're dead. But they're coming back. They're coming back on the bottoms, most of them. So we'll see what happens with it. Hopefully it'll come on out. And I told Mom I'd like to see some more pretty flowers and stuff in here to give us something to look at. All right, let's get into this last little section before we look in the greenhouse. Okay, so I got this guy now started, and I rigged up, I put some little posts in all the corners so that I could put a fence there that opens now. That's so much of a blessing, y'all don't even know. But I got this guy up where I'm not hitting my head and dragging across it now. And I've got all this half here still to plant. So I've got some stuff started in the shop at the secret garden, but for right now I got some celebrities, an early girl, and what else? That's mostly what's over here, I believe. Some big boys, that kind of thing. And pepper wise, I put all my sweet peppers here. So I've got a sweet banana right there. That is an Italian roaster down there. This is a California Wonder. It's a bell pepper. And that one is a pimento pepper. I've never grown pimento pepper, so I'm kind of excited about that. And these plants were much better. I ran over to Kerrville, that place I showed you earlier in the video where they got hailed on, just before that hail came, thank goodness. And they have a little nursery over there. I can't remember the name of it, or I'd tell you. I'll try to put it in the video when I'm editing if I can find out the name. But their plants were so much better, so much healthier, way better than buying from the box stores or my local grocery. All right, by the time I got this guy back home, it was really ragged. A lot of the leaves had gotten blown off and it just looked like crap. So it looks ugly right now. I did a little trimming, but we're gonna see what happens now. I put some fresh fertilizer and set these guys up. So we will see how my orange trees do. It's kind of shady right now, but it's gonna be sunny in just a minute, and I think they'll do just fine right here. All right, I got me a new wheelbarrow, it was time. But that's pretty much our setup right now. This is what we're looking at for the time being. Let's check out inside of this old greenhouse. So my garlic's getting big and tall, and I'm trying to gauge when it's the right time. I know they say 3 leaves, but I pulled the first one up down here the other day, and that dude wasn't ready. Didn't even look close to me, so I'm gonna give it more time. We'll see what happens. There's a big pile of strawberries stuck under here, and I figured why not use this kind of shady section that nothing else, you know, strawberries ain't gonna get very, very tall, and they fit under there, and that works for me. And that got them out of there because I had to do so much work on that side. And over here, we picked all the weeds and crap out, and I found one stray little deal that came up on its own, which I'm very happy about that. And I got a couple little onions back there in the back. But I've got this area to plant in. This is my spinach I told y'all about. that suffered shock. I actually think some of it's going to be okay. I bet it comes back. But I've got some spinach and some onions, and this is butter crunch lettuce. I had some salad last night off of it, but it's about enough, to be honest with you. But it stays just shady enough over here. It's hot in here, but it stays shady enough back in this back corner that some of this cooler weather stuff, I'm hoping maybe it'll do well there. Okay, and on this side, I added 3 sacks of potting soil in here and some vermiculite, and raked up my old stuff a little bit and set my lines back up. So I'm ready on this side now. I probably got another 2 or 3 inches from what I started with a while back. I got to cut some more boards to finish it out right there, and nothing is staked. All my boards you see outlining stuff, nothing's staked at this point. I'm just trying to work on it. My fan I noticed up there pootered out, so I need to throw it in the garbage. And this old timer was used for my, it ran this electric sprinkler, and ran a mist system I had in here. And right now I don't have that mist system set up. I'm not sure that I'm going to. If I do, I'm not going to do it the same. I'm just not sure how I want to do it yet. So, but it sure did help with the cool. And if you'll remember, I've got the frost cloth on the inside here trying to save this plastic, but it's also shades it a little bit, kind of like having a shade cloth without having a shade cloth. So as of right now, that's been beneficial. As long as we don't get hail like Kerrville did, I think I'll be okay. So that's more or less all I got at the house. I'll show you a little bit I got at the Secret Garden when I get back from lunch. Okay, the end of the day is here, and so I have a minute. Let me show you the little bit that I got out here at the Secret Garden. I'm trying to start some watermelons, so we'll see about that, and some red snappers, and I don't know what's going on. This is new soil now, so they're kind of acting up. I may have to dump all this stuff out and try different dirt, but I mean, that's that Happy Frog usually gets after it, and I don't think I'm overwatering, but I'm not having a lot of luck this year. Usually I have those guys be shining. All right, but I got some zucchini. I think, what is that? Let me see. No, that's more squash. The squash will come. Now, you see this shape that my tomatoes is in? I really had hell. Now, hopefully that sun gold will come on. There was another one in there with it, and it's already died. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Something's going on. Now this one never sprouted. It's a New Mexico chili. If it doesn't, it's no big deal. That was free seed somebody gave me to try. A Tabasco pepper, I'd really like to see him come on with it. Let's see. That lunchbox pepper's doing pretty good back there. And then those are red snappers. They're coming up, thank God. That's my one green zebra, I think, back there. But what is this? Oh, this is zucchini. For some reason, I cannot get zucchini to come out this round. Anywho, that's what's under the table. My fig trees are hanging on. They don't look real good. My grapevine died off. Something going on here. So, we'll go outside and see what's happening. This old fig tree died, I thought, but it's coming back just all down here on the bottom. I don't guess I'm gonna get anything up high. So I had to give it some TLC. And let's come over here. Okay, we'll get to the boring part first. All right. So I had one little cabbage. I don't know if it'll do anything or not, but it's still growing, so I didn't do anything there. That hot banana, I stuck it over here by itself. We'll see, I don't care. What's aggravating me is I had a bunch of green beans down through here planted as well. And right here, and I see one here trying to come out. And maybe they just haven't come up, but I think the roly-polies are eating them too. I don't know if you can see, there's the stub of one that tried. And I got ants on that, but the ants won't eat it up usually, you know. Anywho, the onions, they're doing okay. You can see, getting a little bit of something there. You know, they're starting to bulb a little bit. Pretty thick, not bad. But they're doing okay. I may get a little bit of onions anyway, and I planted in the middle of them an Anaheim pepper. So far, so good. Yeah, I got some nice bulbs forming on most of these guys. And let's see, this is a cayenne pepper. These are from that nursery. Now their stuff's doing well. The nursery's where I'm going back to if I had to go buy everything. I just hate it. Too dang high. And there's an ancho pepper. That dude's planted in the middle. It's coming. And I don't know if the deer's going to eat it all up or not, but I've got my sweet corn here starting to pop up. Now I don't know if you can see them real well, but let's see here. Oh, back out too much. But I have 2 rows here, and both sides I've got something popping up, so that's good. The corn was stuff I'd saved from last year. So we'll see. Peaches and cream sweet corn. This old peach tree is coming back. That makes me happy. It didn't get started before the freeze, so I may only have 1 or 2 peaches on it for all I know, but I'll take it. And then all my overwintered peppers, I've planted them along here. There's my jalapeno and my serrano, my Carmen, and oh, I lied. What is that? Oh, that's my mammoth jalapeno. That's what that is. That's my Carmen, the tall one, and that is Hungarian wax. So we'll see how they do. I'm hoping to see some green coming out pretty quick. I can fertilize them if I need to. I just kind of wanted to let them get settled in, see what happened before I got carried away wasting stuff. The greenhouse is cleaned out, but it's empty, and I've got to do a little bit of irrigation work. Some of my drip lines are pulled loose when I was weed eating. I might have to replace some, but I don't have anything to go in there. Like I say, I'm having hell starting stuff myself. So this year I have to put a little money into buying stuff, and that really ticks me off. But you know what? I got to do what I got to do. So till next time, I'll get with you probably by the middle of April, and maybe we'll see something going on. Hope you guys are doing well, and good luck gardening, and hope the weather ain't doing you like it's been doing us. We'll see y'all next time.